Gentlemen, today's video is a very special one. We have the new champion, Aurora. I'm going to be showcasing some of the abilities and the kit first off. And then I'm going to be showcasing an Aram I got to play when I was over in America last week, playing this new battle witch. I believe they're calling it mid and top lane. They're saying it's a solo laner. I definitely think she has potential in the mid lane, but I can see her getting played top lane as well, because she definitely has some percent health and some movement speed entwined into the kit. So first off, I just want to showcase some of the abilities here. So a quick TLDR of the kit, you have the Q. Straight up, it's like an REQ, but it doesn't come back. So you throw it, you throw the Q, and then you got to readjust and you got to bring it back. This allows for really cool skill expression because you can Q and then you can flash and readjust. It reminds me of Xayah E with the feathers, how you can bring them back. Now the E, it's an AoE slow, and it's going to be bringing you back, kind of like when you use a Graves ult. The W, you guys are going to love this. You jump in and you become invisible. This resets on takedowns. Any kill or assist, and this is reset. So when I was playing this, and you'll see this soon, you get a couple of kills, and you are just hopping in, and you are just absolutely crazy. The ultimate, guys. Bang, you jump in. It is a massive AoE damage. And the thing about it is you can readjust twice. From what I can tell, you can readjust twice. And when you hit the outside of the portal, you readjust to the other side. So you're able to use this in team fights, in objective fights, and you can just completely outplay your opponent, reshuffle. There's so much skill expression here. I'm not sure if this thing, it looks pretty busted in my opinion on release. I don't know what the balance is going to be like, but the version I played, man, the amount of damage, you can see you can jump over walls here. The E is a little bit harder, you can't, but it is insane how much mobility this champion has and how much you're able to impact on these objective fights, as you can see. Jumping into the Aram. Now, this is played over in NA at the Riot headquarters, a part of their really special event they had. I'm not sure, you can see a couple of the other streamers here. You've got Remember the Bee, you've got Cat Evolved I played with. The audio was a little bit wrong here, and scuffed, so I'm just going to commentate over the top on how the gameplay really turns out. We didn't get to play any normal games. It was all ARAM. Obviously, I would prefer I've got a little bit of normal game experience in a 5v5, but it would have taken too long for every creator to get to play the champion. So you can see me here. It's definitely an AP setup. I'm going to be building this probably like Ludens. I think Hourglass is very key to get resets and to use the ultimate. And then just normal like Void Staff, Crypto Bloom, things like that. A lot of people think it might get played top lane because, number one, it's a little bit short range. Like you're going to get dominated by things like Victor, things like Azir in the meta. You can see you throw the Q, and sometimes you can wait for the enemy team to reposition, and then you bring the Q back at the end, and you're going to be able to completely cheese them, and they can't see. You can see me hop in here, use the E to get back. Very easy to miss position, especially if your W, the invisibility hop is... It is such a long cooldown if you don't get any resets, so you can't just use this for fun, right? See me moving in, land the E, looking to try and get the Q. And I remember the Q was a lot shorter than I assumed early on. You can see I go down there, I get a kill, but I go down. The Q was a lot shorter range than I anticipated. I think it might be slightly lower than REQ, from what I can tell, like just slightly. So it's definitely not a long range mage. The movement you get from your passive, and the passive, you summon like a little spirit from the Shadow Realm or the Spirit Realm. And that is essentially getting movement speed. And I believe you're chunking them out for a certain amount. And you can stack this multiple times. So you can get several if you stack it on enemy team. And you move very, very fast. And you get a lot of damage amp. So see me with the wave clear there, the Qs. Enemy team goes in. Bragus as I get the E. Get the Q return. I remember I was just using my Qs and I hop in here for the invisibility. So I hop in. Watch this. Now I get it and I can hop again. Hop again. E. Q. And I can hop again. Like these reset mechanics is why I think the champion in high level play is going to be very hard to deal with. And a lot of people are going to complain. I'm just going to be straight up. A lot of people are going to complain. It feels smooth though. To me, when a champion is released and the design, it feels satisfying to play for me. Satisfaction is a massive thing. I get pinned by Skarner on the wall. Cat Evolved absolutely not helping here as I get my Ludens, I believe. No? Do I go Blackfire Torch this game? Was I smoking? My bad. Going for the burn. I'll probably go Blackfire Torch. I guess I go Leandry's double burn. Maybe this was the meta back then. As I get my ultimate. And ultimate in ARAM is going to be nothing compared. So I hop in here. Whiff everything. Getting used to the ranges. Ultimate in ARAM is going to be completely different to Summoner's Rift. They go in. I'm, at this point, a little bit scared. I think I pop the enemy Aurora. Now, I don't want to waste my ultimate, so I think I just try and die, maybe? Or do I try and ult? W? Yeah, I'm an idiot. Got stunt as well. As I go down there, and I'm just saving for my ultimate up next. The weird thing about this ultimate is like the whole circle takes damage, guys. It's the entire circle, and it's a massive burst. You can't dodge it. It's like a Reliant ult, but a little bit bigger. It's a high cooldown, but it's like the size and the damage of it seems massive to me. So you'll hopefully see here, and it traps everybody in, and you can't get out. Like it's so weird of as I go in there, I start getting resets, I think here. Reset, look at this. Kill again, reset, invisible. And these reset mechanics is what makes the champion so strong. Like, Jesus, it's so strong. And the ultimate, man. What do I think is going to counter this champion? I mean, mid lane, specifically, long range. Things like Xerath, she's not going to be able to play against. She's not as mobile as something like a Katarina, so she doesn't have that much like mage, assassin type level of play. And there's no hard CC on the kit. I get killed by the enemy Aurora. There's no hard CC on the kit at all. So it's all soft CC. The ultimate, I believe, from what I can remember, it's you can only flash out. Like you can no wait, you can flash out or you can dash. Like Katarina E you can get out, right? You can't just walk out. I go in here. Careful, Drew gets one. Reset? No. Didn't even use the W. Go in. I made a little bit of an oopsie. Oh, oh, okay. Who is he? Beautiful. Yeah, and I think you can't get in either. So it's like it's such a good team fighting ability, and it's gonna be hard to balance. I feel it's gonna be very hard to balance. I don't think I went Hourglass here, but I do think Hourglass. I think Hourglass is going to be one of the best items on her after kind of like this was my first game getting playing her. But I think Hourglass is going to be very important in team fights to get the Aurora ult and then get the resets and allow your team to follow up because you're very squishy. And I know you do go invisible as I go, yep, bang, ults. I think that was a really bad ult, but fine. Get 2 kills and we die. You can see here, enemy team sweating. We were against Team China. And one of the Chinese players was a guy that used to play Pro and OS. And he's like, hey man, we used to play Pro together. I'm like, yeah, I remember you. It's great. It was really nice of Riot to send out, like, I think 40-something creators maybe from all the different regions to try this out. So I'm guessing you're probably going to be seeing a bunch of videos of Aurora and also possibly the new game mode. I'm not sure when this releases and if maybe this is the NDA and this lifts earlier. I don't know yet. I'm working it out, so I'm not going to talk too much about the game mode. But we possibly played it, we possibly didn't, but there might be a video, there might not be a video coming. You know, you know. My team really started to struggle here. We just had such a bad ARAM comp. I know picking a comp for ARAM's sweaty, but I wanted to win on my first Aurora game, and I think they inted me. Straight up. I think Cat Evolved was angry. I called him a Cat one trick one too many times. We just started to get dominated here. I found it funny that the enemy picked Mordekaiser, and he kept trying to Mordekaiser ult me before my ult. I was like, please, just let me showcase my ult. And he's like, boom, Mordekaiser ult. I'm like, jeez. Go and get a QSS, but I don't even think QSS gets rid of Mordalt these days. As I, at this point, start getting upset, I'm like, guys, please lock in a little bit. I need to win. I can't let the first oh, Briar. I can't let the first time I play the new champion be a loss. I started to get locked in, I'm not going to lie. My team, I don't know what they were doing, guys. I don't know what they're doing. My Zach was T-posing. No idea what that was about, but here we go. I go in. Smash. Both of the Auroras ultimated. I get the resets here, and I just start dashing, hopping. I go down, and he ends up getting the invisibility. Cat Evolved finishes it off for me. Good job, boy. Who's a good boy? 16 kills. Not bad. Not bad. Do I think this is going to get played in pro play? People are asking me. I think it will be hard to get played in mid lane in pro play, straight up. I don't imagine it's going to have any good mid lane matchups in pro play. The only way it can get played is going to be top lane. And I'm not even sure what top lane matchups will be good. I am unsure. You would need to speak to someone like Lawlo or a top lane main who was there to play. At this point, I really didn't know how to fight, because I just was getting Skarner pincered and Mordekaiser ulted in fights, and my range was too short, you can see. I really just didn't know what to do, how to play it. I was just trying to land that Q, bring it back. But they were getting so much magic resist here where I just couldn't really do much damage. And there, you can see there, Aurora getting the invisibility resets, hunting for me. I'm panicking. And he's getting his resets, and I'm just going, please, Lord Jesus, help me. I was just like, wait for my team. Skarner had so much. Look, he had Spectres and a Mercs here, and I was really struggling. I tried to look for an ult, I think, coming up soon. Hughes didn't get the return there. We hit the snowball, and I'm thinking this might just be my moment. I go invis, and I thought this was my moment, and then the enemy Mordekaiser from China says, "No, bro, no video for you, buddy," and just murders me. I said, "Thanks, man. Thanks, dude." But hey, that's okay. I get the Shadow Flame. Team put up a little bit of a defense for me, and I appreciate that. They tried. Briar, Mommy Briar, good job. We just zoom out. I really wanted to try a 4 or 5-man ult, which you'd think you get an Aram. But you can see 13-second cooldown for the W is just not worth to use for mobility, right? You need to save it for escapes or in team fights. Very important. Skarner flashes in, and my life was taken, gentlemen. My life was taken from me. And they just ran it up here with the Ziggs in the ARAM tryhard mode. Surely I got one more ult in me. Enemy team was not having it. Look at this. Look how they were so sweaty for the win, dude. Look how sweaty they are for the win. I was like, do not end. I go in Viz. I flash. My E gets flashed. I Q spam. I'm trying. And I do end up getting the Mordekaiser. I get the reset as well. And the enemy Aurora, you can see, picked me up with the resets. A gross champion. Our base ends up going down. We get one more last fight in us. A big shout out to Riot for inviting me over to the HQ. It's my first time there, and it was really cool, their campus. A nice little experience. At this point, I'm just going, please, Lord Jesus. Mordekaiser, don't ult me. Let me get me one montage played for the video. One last attempt. I don't know what happened with the Zac. Don't look at Zac's walk animation. I think the Banshees of the enemy Aurora was really smart as well. Because you're actually sometimes trying to frontline and then get the ultimate off. Like, I think it's really important. As I am just waiting for my team here. Zac goes in finally. I invis. I hit a massive ultimate. Keep everybody in there. You can see the amount of damage it does, but you're too squishy. I end up going down. And my first Aurora game, I hate to say, was a loss, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching today. Thank you so much for Riot for sending me out. And wait, do we defend? Wait a second. Wait a second. There we go. Okay. Okay. Not wrapping it up yet. Don't even worry about it. Come on, Drew. And yes, spoilers, I did end up losing my first Aurora game. I was so sad. Team China was really good. They had a bunch of Chinese challenger players come over. Their content creators are usually pretty high elo. Even their staff. It just seems like a prerequisite for them. Like, you just have to be actually a good player. No offense to the other regions creators slash staff. And you get the cooldown of the ultimate is it's a very high cooldown. It's definitely not low. So you're not spamming this on like it's like an Ariel on a 60-second cooldown. It's an important ultimate that you need to hold off on. That evolved is absolutely trolling. This guy, man. Get him back on Katarina. My ult's in 10. And I just kept getting really caught off guard by how short range the Q was. And you can see the enemy Aurora struggling with the ranged as well. They hit one, like one-man Qs is not enough. You need to land multiple and wait. I go in here. Massive ultimate. They're stuck. But then once again, I get Mordekaiser ulted. He said, no fun today, sir. I don't know who this raid boss is from China, but he just decided, hey, bro, screw your video straight up. But that ultimate was a game changer. Not gonna lie. As I hit the Crypto Bloom, making our way towards the full build. I don't know why I didn't go Hourglass or Banshees. I was just wanted one-shot damage, I'll be honest. Classic mid laner. And let me know in the comments down below what you think of this champion. Do you think it's going to be balanced? Do you think it's going to be completely broken? I think when a lot of people, my first anticipation is when they see the W and the ult, they're going to be really pissed. But like, I feel like there's so many champions the community see on release and they're angry. They're like, oh, this is blah, 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 blah. So, bro, like, and then they play it and they come to terms with, hey, it's actually pretty solid design. I think people will come to terms with it. I remember when Action released, I thought the revive mechanic was going to be a big problem. And I still hate Action and Action players, but it wasn't that big of a broken thing as I thought. Could be different here. Who knows? Only time will tell. One final ult, Drew. Please, Mordekaiser, don't ult me. Please, Mordekaiser, don't ult me. They land the ultimate, massive, but I end up just going down straight up. Enemy team, clean ace. That's it, gentlemen. Enemy team, end my life here. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Riot. Thank you, everybody. And I will catch you on my next video. Good night, and hopefully you enjoyed the brand new champion, Aurora.